Hello students, I am Kunal and today we are going to discuss a very short but very remarkable poem by Robert Frost. He received Pulitzer Awards 4 times for his remarkable and outstanding work in poetry. In this poem, he has tried to show his attitude, his concern for those people, for those things in our society which has been discarded and neglected by most of the people. By the end of this video, you will be able to understand the central idea, the poetic devices, and the other question answers of CBSE Class 10 board exams. So let's start this poem with a structure of this poem. In fact, this poem is an octave. Octave means any poem having 8 lines. So we have 2 stanza here. The first one 4 lines and the concluding stanza also 4 lines. Before starting this poem, I would like to make one thing very clear, that for your understanding, this poem has been depicted in such a manner that you will be able to understand all the poetic devices used in this poem, and the most important thing, that this is the first figure speech is enjambment. In fact, the complete poem is a great example of poetic diction used by the Robert Frost. He was a master of such things, and you'll see that there is no punctuation mark right from start to end. The next thing which I would like to discuss, that you can see here, the words are written, the letters are written in different colors, which I'll tell you later by the end of this poem what actually this means and why their color has been changed. So let's start this poem. Please read the poem aloud so that I could explain it.
The weird crow shook down on me the dust of snow from a hemlock tree.
Yeah. Here we find in these lines that poet is having a very bad mood. He is not very comfortable, he is worried, full of anxiety, and so is going to somewhere where there is a hemlock tree. Hemlock is a very poisonous tree, and it is used in some homeopathic remedies. That's aconite, a very famous homeopathic remedy, is made of this deadly, venomous, poisonous tree. And there a crow shook down on him some dust of snow. So this dust means something is falling on him, and that when the flakes or the ice particles of the snow falls on the poet body, that very sensation of the snowflakes changes the mood of the poet, and now he is happy, the mood is changed, and then we go into the another stanza. Please, second stanza, please.
Has given my heart a change of mood and saved some part of a day I had rued.
Yeah, and this brought a big change in him, and now he's happy man, and now his complete mood is changed now. He's very comfortable, and due to this activity of a crow, which I'll discuss you later how it represents and what is the main point of the poet which he wants to convey. I will use that. So let's go for the literal meaning of this poem. So that changes the mood of the poet, and he is able to save the rest of the day from being rude. Rude means remorse, a feeling of repent, regret. So he is here he is showing the possibility that it was said. It could have been a very bad day for him, but it was now said. The day was going to be very happy day for him. In this, when we go through the ideas, the central idea which the poet wants to convey, that we'll have to look that instead of using those glorious trees, like we have pine tree, maples, and we have in India the banyan tree, and some other great trees are there which poets and the writers usually love to discuss. But here he has chosen a very different tree, that is hemlock tree, which is considered to be very poisonous. So we'll have to think, why instead of maple, pine trees, he chosen the hemlock tree. The reason behind is very simple, and another object or another thing which is worth mentioning, that instead of any other birds which are usually chosen by the poets and the other writers, they are cuckoos, nightingales, peacocks, those has not been used, crow has been used. So these two, crow and hemlocks, even eyes too, are not having a very good symbol. These are all ill omens. That means they are not auspicious thing considered in the society, yet they are able to change the mind of the poet, and he could save his rest of the day. That means even the bad things had some good in it. So the basic 2-3 points which is coming out from the mood or the tone of the poetry, that he is now going to justify, he wants to show the power of nature. In the other words, that besides these negative parts like hemlock and the crow and the eyes, he also want to convey that if you are in trouble, if you are in worry, you go to in the lap of nature. You go and surrender to the nature. The nature will cure your problems. And we can see that eyes, hemlock tree, crow, all these things are part of nature. And they are just able to cure or help the poet very much to come out from his worries, problems. In the second part, we see that how these things changes life. That small things, little things, the small dust particles is just potent enough, is powerful enough to change the boat. So we should not have a prejudiced mind. We should not have a biased mind about anything. We should not take anything granted, that this thing will be bad and that thing will be good. Even the bad things can be good for you and the good things can be bad for you. So it is all written by the God, it is in the destiny, yet we must not forget those things which are available around us. There will be always bad things for you. This is not sure. So one thing, that every dark cloud has a silver lining. That means all bad things has some good thing in it. Like we have hemlock tree and crow and ice, yet they have given a very positive effect, though they represent the negative parts. So these things we can write in the central idea. Second, here we have assonance here, shook down on. These are the O sound is very prominent in this line, and this is an example of assonance. Similarly, we have this alliteration is hard, and in the last line we have consonants also. They had rude. So D, da sound is consonant sound, and this sound is repeatedly coming again and again in the same line. So this is an example of consonants. So we have two examples of alliteration, one example of assonance, and one example of consonants at the last line, and we have enjambment. The whole poem is written in one line. That's the beauty of this poem. So hope everything will be very clear to you. Still you have any question, still you want to ask something, and if you have any problem while I'm explaining this poem, if you want something that I should explain in Hindi also, so you can write me back in the comment section, and don't forget to like and subscribe this poem. Share it also to give me a moral support, motivation. Thank you so much.